Hey guys, and welcome back to TellerTube. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the subreddit r/idontworkherelady, where people share their best stories about getting accused of working at places they don't. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button as it would really help me out. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date with my latest videos. With that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. It's not delivery, it's my dinner. Okay, I work at a Little Caesars, and I usually work the closing shift. So I tend to take home a lot of pizza because who wants to cook that late? Almost without fail, every time I bring home food for myself, my across the street neighbor will come out, look around, then shout across the street asking if I'm his delivery. Like 2 or 3 times a week he does this. I'm wondering 1, how much flippin' pizza does this guy order? And 2, if he's just messing with me at this point. He's got to realize I'm his neighbor eventually. Maybe he just thinks my family orders delivery a lot. Best part is that our store doesn't even deliver. I wear a uniform that has a massive LCP logo on it. So I'm very obviously not a delivery service, DD, Postmates, etc. He gets super disappointed every time this happens. And I almost want to start bringing this guy a pizza when I close because I'm starting to feel bad about it. But dude, I'm not the effing pizza guy, I'm your neighbor. You've lived next to me for like 10 years, seriously? Edit. Have decided to bring in pizza after I get off work tonight. We'll update with results. New update. Got off work like an hour and a half ago, made a pizza before I left because I didn't want to give this guy a crappy old pizza, lol. He fortunately was outside. So before he said anything, I walked over and just told him that I had his delivery. He looked like kinda what the frig? Then started laughing hella hard. Asked him what the deal was. He said the first couple times he asked me, he actually did think I was his DoorDash. Then realized I lived next to him and decided to just F with me to see how long it would go on before I said something. Months apparently, LMAO. But he said he didn't think I'd actually bring him something. So we basically just chilled and ate some pizza together. Exchanged numbers, said I'd bring him a pizza on weekends if I closed. But he seemed like a legit cool dude. And now I feel like a good neighbor. Moral of the story, when strangers yell at you late at night, give them free food. Woman thinks her stuff is more important than a sick person. Okay, just some backstory. I have a twin sister who used to work at a supermarket where we usually buy groceries at. And when I say twin, I mean we look almost the same. Even her manager got mixed up between us twice, and I got yelled at for not doing my job at a place I don't work at twice thanks to that. Fun times. The differences being she wears glasses, I have contact lenses. She rocks the ponytail braid, while I go for the twin tail. Anyway, on to the story. If I recall correctly, it was a Friday. My sis came down with a very bad cold, and she called in sick that day. I thought I would help her a bit with some medicine and some chicken noodle soup. After buying the medicine, I headed to the supermarket, and I was making haste as I didn't want my sister to wait long. Then, as I was choosing what to get, a hand tapped me on the back which made me jump and yell out, "Gah!" I turned and I saw an elderly woman with a frustrated look on her face. I will call her W. I go, "Can I help you with anything?" She goes, "Finally, someone who's not slacking off. What's wrong with all you staffs these days? Nowhere to be seen when needed." Sorry? "I need to get these." Shows me a list of items. "And I need them fast, so get to it." Sorry miss, I'm in a hurry so I can't help you. Maybe you should ask one of the staffs." W had that confused look on her. "What are you talking about? You are wearing the uniform." Now the uniform there was white shirt and black jeans. As for male would be a green apron with a name tag and female a red apron with a name tag. I was wearing a white shirt, so I guess she mistaken me for an employee. I go, "Oh, I don't work here." "I saw you at the register yesterday." That was my sister. We look kinda alike. "Don't give me that BS. You're just being lazy and want to skip work, aren't you? Get me my stuff or I will have you fired now." I'm not lying. That really was my sister, and she is off sick today, so I need to get home. "I don't care.
You either get me what I want, or I will talk to your manager and get you fired.
Luckily, one of the staffs, I will call him E, was passing by and came rushing when he heard the woman's loud voice. He goes, "Is there something wrong here, ladies?" I go, "Could you—"
I want this lazy girl fired for not helping the customer.
He goes, "Ma'am, please lower your voice. We cannot fire her as she does not work here."
Don't you freaking lie to me too. She is clearly wearing your uniform.
He goes, "No, she does not. If you have a problem, then I'm more than willing to help you out. But I ask of you, please lower your voice and stop harassing other customers, or I will have someone escort you out, ma'am." Apparently, she was not satisfied until she got me fired and went on until she was kindly asked to leave. Finally, I got what I needed and was back home safe and sound. One last thing I wanted to add is that when I told my sis about what happened, she got a chuckle out of that and told me the same woman blew a fuse when sis said her card was declined. You should give this guy a raise. Welcome, true believers, and let me take you back to a time long ago, when people congregated at stores of brick and mortar to rent videos and video games. The days of Blockbuster. Dun dun dun. Give it my best shot. For simplicity's sake. Me starring me, dad starring dad, kid starring entitled kid, man starring manager. I'm dressed in casual clothes and checking out the game aisles, which is what I typically went to Blockbuster for. Now, I'm an arguably reasonably social person, and if I see people checking out games and looking lost, I'll strike up a conversation. I love gaming, and it's always fun to share a passion. Now, it's around Christmas time, early December I think. Remember, long time ago. Galaxy far away, all that jazz. I see this kid trying to convince his father to buy him a WoW install disc. They were selling them for like $5 and it came with the first month. Now to this kid's credit, he's making sound, if misleading arguments. Kid goes,
Come on, Dad, it's just $5. All the other games are way more than that. I won't ask for anything else. I'll even give up my allowance this month.
The father is kind of on the fence. It sounds like he'd already bought the kid a huge Christmas score and was worried about pushing things too far. But it was only $5, right? This is around where I step in. I go, "Hi, sorry to butt in, but your son may not be aware, and it sounds like money is a concern. Are you aware that game has a monthly fee?" At this point, the kid is glaring pure death at me. He knew. Dad conveniently never got informed. "Oh, really?" goes the dad in that big, exaggerated manner. Proceed to me awkwardly, but slightly gleefully listening to the father go into all the other regular things they paid for him. How he knew it was Christmas and that was a really sneaky trick. Putting my popcorn down. No, not literally, but come on. Who wouldn't want the power to spontaneously summon popcorn when other people start arguing in front of you? I say, "Hey listen, WoW may be a no-go, but the fantasy genre is pretty fun. I know a few fun dungeon crawler titles for rent. Now you may rightly be wondering, how is this r/I-don't-work-here-lady? Well, I had lost my Blockbuster card, so I had gone up to the check-in desk where the manager was doing stuff. And before I can really say why I'm there, up comes the father and the heavily glaring kid. The dad goes, "Hey, I'd like to speak to the manager about this guy," jerking a thumb at me. Manager, looking confused and a little concerned. "Oh, is something wrong?" The dad goes, "You should give this guy a raise. He's a great employee, really good at engaging with customers and super helpful. He just saved me a headache, let me tell you." At this point, the manager is smirking a little. This is where I finally chime in. I go, I don't actually work here. I just like gaming, and I figured I might be able to help." The dad goes, "Are you looking for work?" "Well, I'm unemployed." Dad to manager, "You should give this kid a job. The dad winds up spending 5 minutes talking about the importance of good customer service and an informed staff. The manager just looks incredibly amused by the entire thing. He did say I was free to submit a resume, and he'd even give a note on my application. But I never wound up applying, unfortunately. So that's one of my r/I-don't-work-here-lady stories. I'd like to think it's a nice, wholesome example. Those were some pretty sweet stories. I love the pizza one. If only I had a neighbor that would give me pizza. Damn. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that like button, drop a comment down below on some future videos you guys want to see, and subscribe so you can stay up to date with my latest videos. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.